מה קורה אנשים? ברוכים הבאים ללייב שלנו.
אחי, זה לא התכוונתי
רואים את הוורלד קאפ.
לא.
יש לנו את מונגרל, מיטרו, בנג'י פישי,
רציתי להוריד את כפיר, הוא היה כזה לא.
בל.
לא רציתי להפיל אותו.
יש פה הרבה אחים. מונגרל ומיטרו שזה הולך להיות מפחיד. את בנג'י וסאבג' שזה הולך להיות ממש מפחיד.
איך אני מוריד לך 13-28 וכל כך קצת. טוב, לא נורא.
זה הולך להיות מטורף, נראה לי.
Cover H and Twiz. We got to talk with them a little bit, and then we also got to go travel out to Oceania, go down under, and get a chance to interact with these guys. Let's see what it's like over there.
We live in New Zealand. I like the nature. The rivers, the parks, the people are really friendly and keen to have a conversation. Probably some of my favorite things.
I need
the thing in New Zealand for me is the internet. It's really fast, but no lag. Yeah.
Man's got his priorities.
Cover H and Twiz in the #1 spot.
It's actually amazing what these guys are doing right now.
We're the best. We're gonna put OC on the map. We're gonna go to New York. We're gonna smash it.
What? What?
Give me one for the one time. It's gonna be easy.
Hey.
My name's Sam Pearson. My in-game name is Twiz.
I'm Chris Hunt. My in-game name is Cover H.
אומרים שם הולכים לנצח את הוורלד קאפ. נראה מי ייקח את השם שלו.
וואי. אני לא ראיתי, כי בדיוק כשאתה הורדת לי HP אז גם הרגתי אותך. הייתי לא רצח, תשמע, אני הייתי על סף מוות. פשוט אני הייתי גם באמצע טעינה וזה פשוט, לחצתי על העירייה וזה פשוט לא ירה. אני רואה שם, אני מתקיף אותו, אל תחשבו שאני בכוונה. אני רואה שם, אני מתקיף אותו.
יאיקס.
לא, לא.
And I think it just makes me like, you know, like a better person.
Cover's a bit younger than me. He's a really good teammate because he's quite aggressive and he always has his own ideas or own input on what he thinks the game plan should be.
You can't place a wall if you're like right beside it.
וואי.
He's running past you in shadow form.
אני רואה את השם של שניכם. זה בעיה.
We had quite opposite playstyles at the start. I was quite aggressive. He's the builder and I'm more of a passive shooter.
He boxed up.
We managed to bring our playstyles together and we started to find pretty good results.
Play this box?
We played the week 2
בינתיים תראו, אני הלכתי לשתות שנייה.
We got a couple of wins. Didn't get too overly excited and then when we actually found out that was crazy. It was like the biggest sigh of relief.
הלו.
It was like a massive smile.
כן, שומעים. שומעים אותך אבל בלאגים.
We can't wait to come over to New York and show everyone what we got.
For us, traveling from New Zealand to New York, it doesn't get much further than that. Over 20 hours of travel.
Oh, it's here, bro.
איי, לא, רציתי עם SMG.
So keen, bro.
Yeah, same.
איי, החוצה.
I'm really excited to go. I want to see like Times Square. I want to see all the people, duo partners and friends being able to like share this opportunity. It's going to be good for strengthening our friendship and our chemistry. I'm really keen to go over and be a Kiwi and represent.
איך קיבלת HP? איך קיבלת HP? אני ראיתי...
We've always been the underdogs.
מה?
I want to prove that like our region, OCE, can actually do well.
אני ראיתי שעלה לך כזה שילד, שכאילו היה צבע כחול מסביבך, אז הבנתי שעלה לך HP.
Try and cause a little bit of an upset.
Love hearing
אני לא רואה יותר את השם של כפיר.
They're excited to be here. Recently signed by Warriors of the
אני גם באתי באמצע.
They want to represent them proud on the stage, and more importantly, they want to represent for
אני
Oceania,
15
saying, hey,
קים
we
עכשיו.
want to say we left it all on the stage and go with no regrets. Now, on to our next group, we have potentially one of the most veteran pairs in the game. It is Sap.
איי לא, הסוטגן שלי לא טעון.
This is Lucky.
איי,
Leno and Burrow,
רציתי
and
להתאים את
then
השוטגן,
Nate,
אבל
Hill,
שוב
and
קפצתם עליי כמו
Football.
מחבלים.
Every single one of these pairs is dangerous.
מה זה,
in
זה
their
הקריאיטיב?
own right. I mean, Zay and Sap, they were
ישוב
thought to
חזרתי?
be the best of the best originally, back to back
שם
going
את,
on there. And I mean, ESL Academy's first place going on.
אריק, אתה יכול לעשות כמו רונן ג'יג'י, כאילו אתה יצאת נגר. לא. איזה טעות.
But I do want to say I think Leno and Barl are definitely an underrated pair. A lot of these teams coming out of NA West are so because they are so mechanically gifted and they're doing things faster than I think anybody has really ever seen on this sort of level. So Leno and Barl, somebody look out for it.
And they say they want to put NA West on the
Why?
map.
Why?
And after that, the last pair we have Nate, Hill, and Funkball. They've been around for ages, second place at TwitchCon, representing as a duo, and they work so well together. We're going to throw it down to a floor to hear what they have to say ahead of the competition.
לא יכול. אני הייתי 14 ממש לא כשרצמתי סדר. זה מיניז.
We've got two remarkably gifted duos here, which is fantastic. Nate, you are a bit of a multi-hyphenate. We can relate on that level. What I don't understand is how you've managed to
אני תמיד יודע להספים, אני טוב בלהספים.
high pressure as this while balancing the rest of your workload. What's that been like for you?
I've kind of given that side of my life up for a minute.
לא הפסקתי להספים. אבל אני שם טראפים מתי שהנשקים שלי לא מוטענים ושאין להם כדורים. זה בעיקר מתי שאני שם טראפים. לא, פגעתי ב-120.
Have your strategies kind of shifted while you've been training for this?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone over like routes and like strats and routines and dropping, so we've been like studying everybody and seeing what our best like option is. So it definitely has changed since the qualifiers, and I feel confident for the finals.
Fantastic. Well, we're all very excited to see you guys do your work. It's going to be fantastic. Get up there and slay out.
וואי, גם הסקאר וגם הזה, SMG לא היו טעונים. מזל שיש לי את השוטגן.
הם בלמה להדלקי להפרדייס. איזה למזל גמל.
נו! קורא תמיד משהו חילור וגם בדיוק נגמרים לי הכדורים. הספמתי את הכפתור של העירייה כי אני הייתי באמצע טעינה. איך שזה תיתן לי כדור אחד ואיך שזה תיתן לי שני כדורים ישר לחצתי על הכפתור של העירייה. הספמתי. מקש שמאלי.
Qualified for solos as well. Chapek's just barely missing it a number of times. The Vikings duo is incredibly together. They are honestly one of my favorites in terms of the duo side of the competition and deserve a lot more credit and notoriety than they get.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Deidre and Miz as well. They played at ESL Katowice with Zayt and Saf that you mentioned before. They played incredibly well out of the French community. So we'll be looking out for them, the Gamers Origin boys, and then Nyrox and Aqua. More to say about these guys. These guys have been on the rise, and a lot of people are starting to realize how good they are.
They are incredibly consistent in one of the toughest regions, averaging one of the best placements, and additionally, we will see Aqua tomorrow as well. We have a chance to catch up with them right before they
אנשים, אתם רוצים גם אחר לייב? של הסולואים?
Nyrox and Aqua here. Nyrox, you guys have both been playing around with a bunch of different duos for quite some time. What is it about this duo, this pairing here, that you think has made it all the way to the finals for you?
It's a skill of Aqua that's made it. He's really good in every single aspect of the game, and that's probably why we succeed that much.
Fantastic. And what do you think makes this the perfect match for you guys?
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Fantastic, great. Mechanically gifted. Comms are fantastic. We're going to see a lot of that here in just a bit.
So that's exactly what you want to hear going into a duos competition, is your teammate having confidence, and he knows Aqua's already qualified for solos as well. He's going to play there tomorrow, so we'll see that pair going forward. We're going to continue down on the floor with our next group. It's Cease and Elevate, Landjock, Punisher, Wishy DP, and Gustavox, and then Little and Jay. And then finally, Mega and Dubs, you can see on the left side of your screen right now.
And I just want to say right away, Cease and Elevate don't get enough credit. There's a post on the competitive subreddit about it. Cease, across all the skirmishes at the beginning, was the most consistent eliminator above every other one of the quote-unquote more popular or better players. Cease was above all of them, and he has dominated in the entire competition. He's also qualified for
face Dub.
Landjock and Punisher right after them. This is a duo that, again, also doesn't get enough credit. But hey, there's 50 of them here today. Landjock, one of the people that a lot of the community thinks has the best creative 1v1 skills in honestly the pro community. So we'll see whether he can convert that today. It's another stage. It's going to go down to it.
And then Wishy and Gustavox 8 are known for being very aggressive and executing pinch maneuvers incredibly well. If you isolate from your teammate for a second, and we're talking one grid space, they will take advantage. And then Little and Jay, the original S2 boys,
we might be young,
but we'll go against anyone. We don't care who it is. We'll push you. We'll take your wall. We'll take the high ground. We are going to beat you. And then talking about taking the walls, Bala.
Yeah, talking about taking the walls. Mega and Dubs are in this group too. And there's so much to say about them, but we're just going to sit down and find out more about Dubs.
My name is Danny Walsh. You guys know me as Dubs.
Is it cool?
לא, רציתי לשים טראפ!
What I love about dirt biking is
יש פה טראפים בכל מקום, למה?
using a rift late game.
מי המטומטם שחשב לבנות את המפה הזאת?
Time to get back to grinding. Alright boys, I'm back. Let's run it. A day in a life with Dubs. First thing I do is wake up at 12, hop in the shower, get some food.
What time are you gonna start gaming now?
Probably in like 10 minutes.
Alright.
And then I'll do some aim training. This is one of the maps that I do. This helps with like AR aim. I hop in creative, warm up my build.
לא, רציתי... השארתי אותך כזה, לא...
Scrim for the rest of the day. I was a skateboarder. I skateboarded every day. My brother, he taught me how to skateboard when I was young.
כאילו איך שאני הורג אותך, אז זה כאילו, אתה גם מוריד לי HP ואני לא מספיק לראות כמה HP, כי בדיוק מעלה לי החיים.
Skateboarding at Woodward Skate Camp, and the first day I was there, I ended up breaking my femur, which I then had to go get a cast.
לא! מה? כמה הורדת לי?
For about a year.
כמה? 110? וואי, תקשיב, אני הייתי כזה קרוב. אני הייתי צריך לפגוע פשוט אחד עם ה-SMG וזהו, סיימתי את זה. יואו, איזה באסה. 10, לא 20?
That's how I fell in love with gaming, because that's the only thing I could do.
I really never got him back on a skateboard after that, and he kind of found who he was. He really just blew up overnight.
If I hadn't broken my leg, I would not be where I'm at right now. I'm a professional Fortnite player.
Oh my, you fixed it up!
Wow. Solos is my strong point.
Okay, my heart's racing right now.
You can dominate by going for picks or playing for high ground. first time I qualified for the World Cup. It was crazy. People were shocked at what I had just done.
He was not with an organization. They were thinking, who is this guy? He's got to be cheating. Nobody knows who he is. He was on a mission to prove them wrong.
Dub said, look, I've qualified. I'm just going to come back and just flex on literally the entire region.
To prove them all wrong, I qualified 4 times for solos and once for duos and joined FaZe Clan.
Dub's consistently good.
I play with so much confidence. I just love the game so much that I just want to put every minute into grinding. So I can be the best player I can be.
That, honestly, in retrospective, I know it was stressful when it happened, but it has to be the biggest compliment that you are quite literally so good, averaging just inside 5th overall with the solo placings, that the entire community thinks you're cheating. That you are that much better, that everyone's there. There's no way, and you saw it there. Him and Mega had one of the most ridiculous performances, racking up close to 50 points in their last 2 matches to qualify. And I mean, it was nuts, but now time to get into the next group.
Yeah, let's go ahead forward. The first pair is XXM and Mende out of China. And then following them up is Airwax and Nikov, Hunter and Kinstar, Leneuf and Kinton, SSK7 and Jamside, and then finally Volks and Parby on the right there.
And XXM and Mende were the only Chinese team to qualify through the open track, and then Airwax and Nikov, and then Hunter and Keenstar. The Solari brothers, the group qualifying all within the same week, and Airwax taking his repeat Pro-Am title yesterday with RL Grime, saying it was easy claps, 12 points clear of the South Korean duo. And then Sanook and Quinton just recently being signed to Navi, representing them on the stage, looking to make a name for themselves, and they're hyper aggressive.
One of the duos I think a lot of people need to look out for, though, is SSK7 and Jamside, known for their aggressive style of play, always fighting for high ground earlier than most people, and then not giving it up. Nobody is going to be able to contest them off high ground. They get tons of eliminations because of it, but we'll see if that might bite them here today.
And you talk about insanely aggressive. Most people, you need to tag them and see shields broken or maybe white damage to go after them. Volks and Parpy, if you move and they see a pixel, they're going, they raise all kinds of chaos in NA East when playing in the Trios tournament, and now we're going to get a chance to talk to the aggressive Oceania duo down on the floor. Jordan, what do you have for us?
I've got Parby and Volks here, 2 of the most astonishing talents out of Oceania. You guys are coming all the way over from not only Australia, but New Zealand, facing off against some of the best talent, not only from your region, but the rest of the world. We've seen that there are different play styles from kind of everywhere. We all know this, but going into this, how do you prepare? How does one prepare up against these play styles?
I just eat a fruit salad, just have a shower, get off, get some water, have a fruit salad, and then just try to get hyped.
Love it, regardless of the region. That's great. Fruit salad, you can take care of NA East and EU and everybody. Now, the most astonishing thing here is this record, this elim record of 102 that you guys had, the single most elims in 1 week. I don't think anybody would expect for either of you guys to be super W key today because of what you're up against, but what is your strategy going into this?
Just play slow and just hopefully make it to endgame and just get high. That's basically it.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to see it here very soon. We can't wait.
I'm disappointed that routine of 2 fruit salads in the morning isn't going to give them the confidence to continue what we know and love about them, the W key mentality.
I honestly thought he was just going to turn and look at Jordan and be like, W key. Moving forward the whole time, but they know when to play intelligently and play for height. Let's get into our next group. Again, is qualifiers from NA East and NA West. We have Tetra and Eclipse, Ronaldo and Ziff, Sean and Aiden and Rote, DW and Blue Team. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to Eclipse in particular. I popped into his backpack a number of times personally when we had to do some tests, and they had a phenomenal qualifying week, and then Ronaldo and Zip averaging some of the highest places in the week they played. They popped off at TwitchCon, came out of nowhere. People were like, who are you guys qualifying through in the first run, going to look to make a run at it here today?
And then what more can you say about Sean and Aiden? I mean, this is a duo that we've seen time and time again. A favorite out of NA West that week. Then they came out of, they clutched up and did amazing things. Both of them took part of our Pro-Am tourney yesterday.
And then Rohit, DW and Blue Team, one of my personal favorite duos, they came together after week 4 saying, hey, we need to do something different. Rohit came onto the scene during the Winter Royale, qualified through the open format, and looks to punish people's mistakes at all points of the game. You talk about hyper-aggressive players early, you can't stop him from going, but the one person who does is Blue Team, known for his calm decision-making, kind of turning off all emotions and just making the right decisions. They have a fantastic pair in chemistry, and I mean, I'm excited to hear what they had to say leading into the competition. It's going to be just absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. We've got Blue T and Rote DW here, two beyond incredibly mechanically gifted players here. Blue T, you've consistently in the top 15 over the last year from the Winter Royale qualifiers, the Secret Skirmish, and top 5 in the Share the Love event. How are the two of you together going to work to secure this #1 spot today?
I'm just going to give this guy a bunch of call-outs, make sure he's safe and alive, and once we hit late game, he's just going to slay out.
Slay out away. We can't wait.
It's going to be so incredible to see. Work on the stage. They have distinct playstyles over the phases of the game, and if they keep rolling, they might be able to challenge towards that top. Now on to our next group, because we're excited to keep the introductions rolling. It's Item and Derox, Oslo and Bad Sniper, 4ZR and No Word, Red Rush and Snappy, and then Yu Wang and KBB. This is a bunch of guys out of Europe, and then the Chinese qualifiers coming out of the Tencent track. And I mean, some of these guys are incredible. Item and Derox with that ridiculous 41 elimination victory royale during the semifinals, carried over the performance into the Sunday.
One of the only times we saw actually consistency from the semifinals carry over into the finals, but another team that actually started breaking through in the finals towards the end, which led them to qualify as Oslo and Bad Sniper. And I think something very interesting about this group, or this duo in particular, they're going to be contesting at Tilted Towers, and they are very proficient at doing so.
They will be in the fray, and if Bad Sniper gets a sniper in his hands, here's the joke, his name online is actually not Bad Sniper, because he hits all of those shots. Will be looking to make them pay. Now, also another very aggressive pair, but kind of just like to chill out at times. They like find themselves on the edge, take the rifles. If they know they have an advantage, they go. We've seen them before as well in the Winter Royale.
Yeah. And then on the bottom right there, Yu Wang and KBB, they came out of the Tencent track, which was a competition that was hosted out in China. And so I think a lot of people didn't see those games and don't really know what these two are all about. Let's continue and find out more about them.
先行的话，非常亢奋吧，就可以跟各国的选手切磋。如果想跟一个队来对抗的话，我更希望是跟芒果那队。
要对游戏的喜欢对吧？然后对游戏的理解，
还要有一个信仰吧，就是想成为冠军的一种念头。毕竟职业就是要。
喜欢这款游戏，然后对游戏的理解程度，然后对自己的技术非常的自信。
心情就感觉跟做梦一样，但这一切都是靠自己努力得来的，就非常的好。冠军等着我们。
So happy to see their level of excitement in the representing China through those 10 seconds.
就非常的好，冠军。
But also very built-in rifle-centric will be one of and now into our last section of qualifiers. These were the guys in the final week, the last chance to be there. It's Slacks and Keys, Calculator and MacBoy, Zone and King, Epic Whale and 4DR Storm, and then Vinny and Zexro. And I mean, so many of these guys we can talk about right now. I'm gonna focus on King and Zone coming out of Argentina. They
Storm! אני יודע מי זה סטורם!
know how to go full send, and I think people will be surprised.
סטורם זה שהרג את... זה שהרג את נינג'ה נראה לי. זה שהרג את נינג'ה, אני זוכר.
Because a lot of these guys don't know how they play, don't know how to respond.
אם אתם זוכרים גם לייק
ותנו
סבא.
One duo I want to talk about is Epic Whale and Storm, because this is one of the few fully qualified duos. We'll see both of them tomorrow, and what a way to do it, because they came together at the last second as well.
They came together in the final week knowing it was their last opportunity, and they wanted to be there. They wanted 2 seats on the stage in each one of the competitions that really separated themselves. But speaking of somebody who separated themselves, Zexro and Vinny. Zexro, the original pioneer of the My Wall now. I'm going at you. I will win the game with 16 plus eliminations, and there's nothing you can do about it. Him and Vinny broke through everything, coming over not only Zexro's wrist issues, but a little bit of kind of turbulence between them. They're actually not even going to be doing after this competition, so this will be a last hurrah, and let's see what Zexro and Vinny have to say.
We've got Vinny and Zexro here. Very excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are thrilled and excited to see what you guys have planned for today. You both have been competing both very well in duos and solos over the course of the year. How do you think that the competition today is going to compare to the rest of the competitions that you've had leading up to the scrims, whatever the case may be? And solos over the course of the year. How do you think that the competition...
Hardest competition yet, but I'm very confident.
Very confident.
Qualifying for the last few duos that you were suffering for some tendinitis. Preparing for a competition like this, especially at such a high caliber, has got to be a lot of...
מתי כל הטורניר הזה מתחיל בלייב?
הנה, רק עכשיו זה התחיל. מה, אתה מסתכל אצלי בלייב?
לא, אני מסתכל גם בפורטנייט. אבל הלייב שלך פתוח אצלי.
אפשר להסתכל אצל פורטנייט?
Fantastic.
כן, אני בפורטנייט.
אני לא יכול להסתכל.
יצאתי מהם. אחי, מה זה המקומות האלה? אלוהים ישמור.
כן, מה זה?
עוד מעט הם ייכנסו למיינקראפט והם ייכנסו לתוך התחת של יעשו של סק...
מה זה המקום הזה? מה זה? איזה טמבלי.
אחי, מי זה כל האנשים? מ-200 כאילו כאן.
I mean, there's so many players in here you can call out. Serpent and Hype were the original. Can you translate it to Sunday? They won so many of those semifinals, and in the last week...
יש לנו לסקיט הזה. יש לו חיוך של רוצח, תקשיב מלא.
מלא.
Between Vinny and Zexro, Skype battling a ton of wrist issues and then able to overcome it, and I got to speak with him.
יש להם שמות של כלבים, באמת.
וטו, רוחו זה לא שם של כלב? אייפ, מה זה אייפ אחי? אייפ, מינג, פוז, קורלשיה, וור.
יש להם משקפיים כמו החור שלה, לא משנה.
אחי, תסתכל איזה פרצוף יש למינג. למינג.
איך היה, ויש לו כזה פרצוף? אני הולך למות ראשון.
אני רוצה לראות את הבית ראשון, די. הוא נראה כמו הנגר הזה הסיני. וואי, אבל...
רק בלי המשקפיים שנראים כמו חור של תחת.
וואי, אחי, אבל... כולם פה, אחי, את כל הסינים הגיימרים. שמנסים בזיכריות שלנו.
저는 민이라고 하고 아시아에서 진출하였습니다.
כאילו, אני והוא הולכים להפסיד ראשונים.
가장 좋은 성적을 내서 선수로 뽑혀서 왔더니 이제 듀오 한 팀이 진출을 못해서
אחי, לא לדבר אנגלית, אני מת.
이렇게 진출하게 되었어요.
זה פשוט היה לזה מצד ימין? הוא נראה כאילו ילד רחוב, באמת.
תגיד, איך הוא עושה עם היד, אני מת.
אני אמות ראשון, אבל אתה אחריי.
어떻게 게임을 플레이할지 생각을 하고 하는 거죠.
ביי ביי. אנחנו עכשיו הולכים
최대한 시간을
לקרטון שלנו.
최대한 많이 노력을 하다 보면
עוד מעט הם ייכנסו לתוך המשאית, אחי, מה?
I mean, I can only imagine what is going through their heads. First, taking the top spot in a week where there wasn't a qualification spot, and then having one of the most consistently best placements, then being chosen as an alternate, finding out who's going to be competing, having in South Korea here, and they are very good. They're known for playing aggressively, trying to find a side of the zone, box themselves up, and get some shots towards the side of the zone.
מה זה המקום הזה, אחי? למי אכפת מהמקום הזה?
אחי, עוד מעט הם גם ייכנסו לתוך המשאית.
מה זה, וכמה מקומות, אחי, כמה?
עוד מעט הם יעמדו שם בקהל.
וואו, מיטרו ומונגרל.
We are all so excited to see these two play, and honestly, to hear
מונגרל נראה יותר שמן ממה שהוא נראה במצלמה. ראית שם את זה מאחורה? עם הלוקר? עם הריקוד הזה?
מה זה הריקוד הזה? תסתכל! מה? ראית? יש שם ריקוד כזה בצד שאין אותו באמיתי!
יש אותו, אחי, אם אתה משוגע מצד ימין, כן, בטח שיש אותו.
איזה?
In a stadium like this, a lot of people
יש
are
אותו.
excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see.
יש אותו.
We can't wait.
מה זה הריקוד הזה?
Thank you so much, Jordan. And now,
כאילו ריקוד
מה זה המקום הזה? מה זה המקום הזה?
כנסו לתוך חוון וזהו.
ראיתי גם. אין אותו. את מי אין?
Just think about that. 6 games.
אחי, מאיפה הם הפליצו את שני האנשים האלה? מי אלה בכלל? ממתי הם קיימים? הם פשוט עברו ברחוב, אתה ואתה. אני רוצה שאתם תבואו להיות המנחים של היוטיוב. ותשחקו כמה שיותר קרינג'.
אין באמת הריקוד, אין את הריקוד, אחי, אין. זה ריקוד?
יש אותו.
איזה דבילים, איזה דבילים. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
אחי, באמת שהבן אדם פשוט אמר, אוקיי, הבן אדם פשוט לקח שני אנשים אקראיים ברחוב, אתה ואתה, אני רוצה שאתם תבואו להיות מנחים של וורד קאפ, תשחקו כמה שיותר קרין שאתם יכולים, תעשו ריקודים.
איזה די-ג'יי! איזה די-ג'יי!
הוא פשוט לא יודע מה לעשות, הוא כאילו... הוא פשוט משחק עם זה.
הוא גם סיני. תסתכל,
מה זה הגביע הזה?
תסתכל, זה די-ג'יי, תסתכל אותו.
ראיתי, אחי, מה זה?
הנה, עוד פעם אתה תראה אותו, אני מת. אחי, למה יש גביע של... למה יש גביע של... בטל... של ה... זה, של ה... איזה...
איזה די-ג'יי מטומטם, אחי. אני לא רוצה לקרוא לו מוגבל, אופסי, קראתי לו. אבל תחשוב פתאום הסיני הזה הוא שם, נו, הדי-ג'יי פתאום הוא שם, נו, הוא שם מוזיקת אנימה.
אנימה
מה זה הגביעים האלה, אחי? what the fuck? זה כאילו הגביע שאני הכי לא הייתי רוצה בבית שלי, גביע כאילו, תשמע, באמת שהגביע הזה נראה כאילו אני זכיתי בתואר של הנהג אוטובוס הכי טוב בארץ, מה...
נהג אוטובוס לא סתם, באוויר.
אבל נו מה, אני בן 58, אחי, מה נהג אוטובוס? מי רוצה את הגביע הזה, אחי, מה? תביא את $1,000,000, לא את הגביע. אפילו תביא יותר.
אחי? איזה ראש ביצה!
זה ביצה חומה של חמין, אחי, מה ביצה?
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. This is it, people. The moment that we've been waiting for. 10 weeks of competition leads to this. I'm your host,
Ninja.
More pumped to be here.
Ninja Loba.
To see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go up against each other in duos competition. Millions in prizing on the line, and most importantly, what's right behind me.
תגיד וורלד קאפ, יא חתיכת העילג.
And the first ever Fortnite
שיגיד וורלד קאפ.
champion.
Fortnite. Fortnite, everyday Fortnite.
Are you hyped? Are you ready? You know what?
מי משתמש בדג הזה היום?
I can't do the job. I think this.
הופה, לא יודע, אני ראיתי את הטריילר הזה, אחי, זה פשוט הופיע לי באמצע הפרסומת. איזה טרולר, זה עם הטלפון, איזה טרולר.
איזה גבר. בפורטנייט. לא, אני לא לפורטנייט, אני רואה את הפורטנייט. היי, מקסים, הנה אתה.
אני לא יכול עם הדג הזה,
הנה אתה, מקסים.
איזה דג חמוד זה, אחי, אני בשוק. אני רוצה אחד כזה באקווריום.
Are gearing up and getting ready to go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium, you're just pumped. You've had your opportunity to go out to the festival. You've managed to meet up with your friends and enjoy some great times here in New York City. And obviously our players are here to win a world championship. And the
אני באתי לראות את המשחק. מה אכפת לי מהאנשים?
Thank you, GB. You are a handsome man. Now, I'm going to be super honest and very forward right now when I say that I've got two of my favorite people in this stadium right now that are competing together. Two of my favorite people to play with, two of my favorite people to watch and study. We have Sean and Aiden. Aiden, one of the most controller players and time again with Sean on mouse and keyboard, one of the most mechanically skilled in all of Fortnite.
אחי, תסתכל על זה מצד ימין, אחי, מה זה? הוא שם ריקודים של רוסים, מה זה?
מה זה, תסתכל.
אחי, הוא שם ריקודים של רוסים,
אחי, מה זה?
זוז דקה, רגע, אני רוצה דקה שהשמלמנצ'יק הזה הזוז, אני רוצה לראות את הריקודים, לא מעניין אותי לראות את הפנים. אני רוצה לראות את הריקודים.
מקסים, רקס אומר שאתה דג.
1000%. Now, Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun.
הנה, עכשיו יראו את הריקודים שלו.
But
לא.
your thought process, your strategy going into
למה יש...
אחי, הוא רואה את הכסף! הוא רואה את הכסף, אחי! הוא רואה את הכסף! כמה כסף משיגים, אחי!
But today we're gonna go for end game, play super slow, and so we can kill it end game.
Fantastic. Well, we're all so excited to see you guys. GB, what do you have for us?
תשמע, אני באמת שאני מרחם על האנשים האלה שלקחו אותם והלבישו אותם בתחפושות, אחי. כאילו הלבישו אותם בחליפות של...
די, עוד פעם עוד פעם
אחי, יש שם מישהו בקהל שנראה
ביצה, אוף, כבר ביצה, אוף.
יאיצה.
The Fortnite World Cup Finals start now. Let's send it over to your casters. Courage.
נינג'ה!
הנה נינג'ה!
נינג'ה וקורג'!
אני בא לי... אז תסתכל על נינג'ה איך הוא כזה, בא לי לעוף מפה. הוא כאילו עשה להם סייק!
Well, guess what? I'm joined by a surprise guest appearance, Tyler Ninja.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I am so excited for today's action.
איך רואים שנינג'ה גם רוצה לשחק, אחי, הוא כזה... אפילו לשחק. מקסים יא שקרן הדינוזאור. אוי, סליחה, לא, אתה רקס קטנצ'יק ושמן. אתה רקס קטן ושמן שלא ממושמע ולא יודע ללכת.
מה זה, תסתכל איך הם נכנסים במצלמה האוטיסטים האלה. איזה אוטיסטים, אני מת.
לא, אחי, למה אוטיסטים? לא אחי.
הם נכנסים למצלמה, אחי.
This is duos. If you place the top 15 duos in this game, they earn 3 points. Top 10, they earn 5 points. Top 5, they earn 7 points. And following the victory royale, they earn 10 points.
Wow.
Points cannot
Wow.
in a game, you can only
וואי, כמה כסף, כמה כסף. וואי, וואי.
אחי, זה גם, אחי, זה דולרים, תחשוב כמה זה בשקלים, אחי. אתה לא מבין כמה חמצוצים אני יכול לקנות עם זה.
רגע, 3 מיליון, אני יכול לקנות 24 מיליון חמצוצים, אחי.
אני יכול לקנות כמה, אני יכול לקנות 500 זונות, לא, סליחה.
מה 500? אתה יכול לקנות אולי מקסימום, אחי. מיליון.
חלום של בולבוליוני, אחי. תקנה לי זונה.
תסתכל את האוטיסטים מאחורה, תסתכל אותם, איזה אוטיסטים הם. הם נכנסים לתוך המצלמה, תסתכל.
תסתכל עלי נפש, אחי, באמת משתעמם להם.
אוטיסטים, אחי.
תראה את הסיני הזה, אני בשוק. נראה כמו קוף, אחי. כאילו הם בלוגרים, אני בלוגר.
אחי, זה נפל.
תראה את הסיני, אחי.
תסתכל את נינג'ה. מסכן. וואו, איזה פרצוף יש לו.
אחי, נינג'ה כזה. Hello me, a familiar face. ככה וזה. אחי, למונגרל יש פרצוף של שמן. הוא נראה יותר... זה במצלמה, אחי. למה הוא נראה פתאום כמו קציצה? וואי, באמת שנינג'ה רוצה לעוף משם, הוא רוצה לעוף הביתה, לפתוח סטרים ולשתות 500 בקבוקים של בירה.
של הרדבול.
250.
של רדבול.
אפילו חברה שלו אמרה שהוא כל היום שותה בירה. יש לו מקרר כזה.
זה רדבול.
לא יודע מה הוא שותה וגם לא כזה
איפה מר סאביג', אחי? זה לא מר סאביג'. אחי! איזה טמפלים! לא, זה לא הם! זה בכלל אחרים! איזה חמרים הם! נו!
מיסטר סאביג' סולו סקוואדס, so many.
אני יכול לקנות ב3 מיליון מקסים.
Unheard of, all by himself, solo squads. There are so many ways you can watch them this weekend.
תודה, לא, אני שווה יותר מ3 מיליון, אחי.
As you guys know, so many ways to watch. You've got Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere where there's live streams. Also, a new Fortnite.com/watch feature that you can go take a look at. You'll see some different individual feeds there that
אחי, באמת שההנטר הזה כאילו מאחורה, הוא נראה כאילו שיקור, אחי, תראה.
הנטר.
איך רואים שמישהו... תסתכל עליהם, אחי, באמת שאחד מהם רוצה פשוט להביא ביס למיקרופון הזה.
This is literally what I've been waiting for.
אתה מבין, נינג'ה אמר שהוא מחכה לזה? וכאילו הוא מחכה לשחק, כן, אבל דחו אותו.
אחי, דפקו להם אוזניות של ילד בן 2, אחי. לנו, לקריינים. לנינג'ה ולשני.
של המדריכים האלה.
יש סיני! קוואצ'יה! איך הסיני הזה כזה? קוואצ'יה!
איך הוא מסתכל למעלה?
קוואצ'יה! הנה סיני? רגע? לא סיני? הנה קוואצ'יה! למה יש שם בלונדיני דפוק וסיני? בלונדיני דפוק וסיני. קוואצ'יה. שמן, יש פה שמן.
They wound up going through and they were just sitting at the spawn island like they were right now. I mean, look at the build battles happening on spawn island. They're all editing, they're all aiming. None of them are just sitting still.
הם לקחו את ה... הם לקחו את ההוא מביסלי.
In today's tournament, 16 years old. some of these guys are going to walk away with $1 million+ this weekend.
איזה
At
אוטובוס
16,
הנה, ראית איזה ריקוד זה היה? ראית? אין את הריקוד הזה.
כן, יש אותו, אחי, עובדה שאם להם מהאחים, הם סתם רקדו אותו.
זה הריקוד של
אחי, תסתכל, הם
הוורלד
כולם רוקדים אותו.
כן, זה הריקוד של הוורלד
לא, אחי, זה לא ריקוד של הוורלד קאפ. הוא כבר היה בחנות, אחי, אני זוכר, אני ראיתי אותו. יש לו כזה מוזיקה כזאת של שריקות כזה. וזה כאילו זה זז, אפשר לזוז איתו.
לא, זה לא הריקוד הזה של הטון.
In your opinion, right now you play 6 games. You know how detrimental it could be to your mental state if you have one where you kind of drop right off
יש
the
אותו,
floor,
יש
get
אותו.
taken out. What is your
זה לא
game
ריקוד
plan?
של הוורד
Go
קאפ.
for it, you don't care how many people land there, you just go and play your game, or you shy away, what do you do?
הם כולם רקדו אותו שם, אחי.
כן.
הריקוד הזה של הוורד קאפ, אחי, זה הריקוד, נו, של הגביע. אם כבר זה הריקוד של ה... יש את הריקוד הזה,
Honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play, but dude, in a situation like this, I think that if I was I definitely prefer to go somewhere else. Yeah. But you know, I mean, you have won that game. Getting over that, that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first. That's going to be something you can think about. In the second game, the third game, oh my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then, if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah, and I keep seeing you look down, you're like eagerly wanted to talk about this map.
מה אכפת לי מי מדברים? נו תתחילו כבר בלעד.
וואי, משעממים, אוקיי.
אחי, אני ארדם פה.
You look down, you're like eagerly wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us, but again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it yesterday, but again, made by Stray Kite. It's a fun little, you know, hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created from creative. It is amazing. It is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting like angry and like, but also just laughing hysterically right when we're about to, you know, make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet.
באמת כאילו איזה אוזניות דפקו לנינג'ה ולחבר שלו. מה זה אוזניות האלה? הם רוקדים, אחי, הם רוקדים כולם את הריקוד הזה שלנו. של הריצה הזאת. תסתכל אותם. הם כולם הולכים כמו טמבלים, מה זה? מה זה? אחי, צבא נגרים.
You can't even put in like your head just how insane those numbers are.
I think it's just important to show and let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to change the game, making these qualifiers online. It just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they're able to play, you know, from the comfort and safety of their home instead of across the world.
אני רואה את החיות שלך בלייב.
So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like
Oh my god, אחי, זה באמת שזה כאילו הצבא של נוז נועה.
The next freaking 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm ready to stay here all night.
Hey, I'm down to stay here all night. I have no problem with that. I'm sure the arena is as well. When you talk about LAN events, right, you have so much competitive experience. You've been to so many across different games and genres. The one thing that stands out to me, though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as playing at home. So for these guys, what are some tips that you can share or you think that they should kind of take into account as they're playing, maybe on LAN for the first time?
We'll do what I always tell people when they're saying, you know, hey Ninja, I'm going to...
אני זוכר שפרנס קיבל 52,000 שקל.
הם כבר התחילו?
לא, אני פשוט... אני זוכר פעם אחת שהייתה שפרנס קיבל 52,000 שקל. היי, מה זה? זה פנים של דודו פארוק!
יואו, תסתכל, כולם עם הריקוד שלו, אני מת!
אחי, היה שם מישהו שהרים תינוק! היה שם מישהו שהרים תינוק בקהל, אחי, הם כולם שם הרימו כאלה פרצופים והיה מישהו שורש, והיה שם מישהו שהרים תינוק, אחי. הנה סיזרס. הנה סיזרס! סיזרס גם משתתף, נדר. הנה, עכשיו כאילו איפה שאתה מסתכל, תסתכל אחי מישהו שמרים תינוק בסוף. הנה, ראית מישהו מרים תינוק.
רגע.
מישהו מרים תינוק, אחי.
It's awesome considering I love creative. It's awesome. I love it.
Now, Tyler,
Did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. You know, we're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. There was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew.
Win? Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger.
You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs, you need to like do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Like, try and like change everything you do every time you fail.
Suzu, can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
I think I would definitely stay consistent with creative because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still. And yeah, definitely this is my thing.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing with that prize.
I'll probably end up like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18 and he just won $336,000. What are you going to do with the prize?
يعني הולך זה משעמם, טוב.
Rent. Yeah, I think rent.
אתה כבר קונה מיינקראפט.
Save my money.
I am going to be
אמרת שאמא שלי תחזור.
invest most of it.
היא אמרה לי שעה וחצי.
Alright guys, congratulations again, absolutely outstanding.
אבל אני אקנה את זה, אחי, אני אקנה את זה. היום אני קונה את זה, לא אכפת לי.
איזה משועממים הם.
יואו, אחי, שם יפני שלא יודע לעשות בלייזד מיין.
Creative World Cup final, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team.
יש שם מישהי בוואטסאפ.
יואו, יש שם מישהו נראה כמו גוסט איידן, אחי.
כן, אחי, אני יודע, יש שם קציצה כזאתי. יש לי כמות כזה, יש! יש!
אין עוד פעם נינג'ה. פעם נינג'ה.
את מה אתה קונה מקסטים? אני קונה מיינקראפט. אני ואריק הולכים לשחק מיינקראפט הרבה. אני לפחות אני הולך לשחק הרבה מיינקראפט. מיינקראפט זה החיים, תשמע, מיינקראפט זה המשחק. אחי, תשמע, באמת שכאילו, באמת כאילו שאם פורטנייט לא היו מוצאים את הקריאטיב לפורטנייט, אז פורטנייט כבר לא היה חי. סמוך עליי, אחי, פורטנייט כבר לא היה חי.
טוב, אנשים, בינתיים כשהם ממשיכים לחפור, אני בינתיים אעשה דברים בשרת דיסקורד שלי.
אוי, נכון, גם אני.
רגע, שנייה, רגע, מקסים. אתה יכול לעזור לי שנייה?
נו. סבבה, כן, כן.
איך אני שם קישור לשרת דיסקורד שלי?
צריך. רק מה אתה צריך?
איך אני נגיד שולח לך קישור לשרת דיסקורד?
רגע, אתה נכנס ל...
הנה, מקסים, תסתכל לי שנייה בלייב. מה, קרס לי הלייב? קרס לי הלייב.
דקה אני מסתכל, זה פשוט פתח לי פגיעה.
who traveled. It's their first time to New York City. Such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the
crowd fill on in. Just getting some final things. טוב, יש לי משתמש חדש. שלח לי 658265882. רקס, תשלח לאריק. דקה אריק, תן לי שנייה להבין. למה זה פותח לי את ה... הנה רגע, אז נגיד כאילו אתה פותח איזשהו חדר.
לא, כן, בסדר.
הבנת?
מקסים, כנס לי לזה. כנס לי ללייב.
אני בלייב שלך.
Gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
הם התחילו? רגע אריק, אז כאילו רק אם אתה רוצה אז אתה צריך לפתוח איזשהו חדר אחד, נגיד יש לך חדר של הג'נרל, אז תלחץ על הסימן הזה של הפלוס והבן אדם, אז אחרי זה יפתח לך את זה של האנשים וזה ייתן לך כאילו קישור. אז תעשה קופי.
הנה תסתכל, כנס לי לזה.
רגע.
To dominate today, Benji Fishy and Mr.
Amen,
Sapp right towards Happy Hamlet, a place they've called home so many times, and
hello, Maxim.
Contested. You're flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key, and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important. They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I watch these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. Yeah. And yeah, this is exactly where they normally land. Savage and Benji, they don't always land on top of one another. And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to back down?
ראית, תיכנס לי לשרת דיסקורד ותנסה לכתוב בניוז משהו, תנסה לכתוב משהו בניוז.
משהו בניוז?
כן. אתה יכול?
איפה, אני לא רואה ניוז, אחי.
ניוז, ליד הגנרל. ניוז.
ג'נרל? איפה ג'נרל?
ליד הג'נרל אמור להיות כתוב ניוז. לא, ג'נרל שכותבים, ג'נרל שכותבים.
אחי, לא יודע למה זה כתוב לי בעברית. רגע, תיתן לי שנייה, רגע.
With how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out, you have no mats. You're left with literally nothing to protect yourself.
לא, הנה, ארי, כן,
כן, תכתוב משהו.
אני כותב.
בניוז, בניוז, לא בג'נרל, בניוז.
ניוז, רגע, תן לי לראות. לא מוצא ניוז.
ניוז, ליד הג'נרל.
אחי, אני רואה רק ג'נרל.
שנייה, אני מתקשר...
הנה, רגע, אני עושה לך שיתוף, אחי. הנה, תסתכל. אתה רואה? יש כאן רק ג'נרל. הנה, יש פה ג'נרל ולדבר עם מריק.
הבנתי מה הבעיה. אני UN פירקס. מה קורה?
זה הכי דקה.
So no ballers, it's going to be very difficult to make the late game if you guys don't have some sort of crazy rotation. Here's another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to think these players down low who are already just on light HP are in a tough spot, and there it is, Scarlet and his duo get the quick elimination onto Brush, and that's going to push back Brush's duo into Fatal Fields and try to hide for a brief moment. Another rough start right there, so much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot. I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around. You know, there's a bunch of cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz. Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there, in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields know how to actually navigate the loop in the corn without breaking the corn. So I need to break the corn every time. Right, I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back.
תקשיב, אני בטעות נכנסתי לאיזה חדר של שיחה אצלי בדיסקורד.
יש לך רולים?
רולים לא, אני לא יודע.
אני יכול לתת לך רול.
אני לא יודע איך נותנים.
אני יכול לתת לך רול. נגיד איפה אתה? בשנייה תתחבר, תיכנס לאיזה... רגע, הנה, אתה בג'נרל כתבת נגיד משהו?
כן, הנה אני בג'נרל, הנה כתבתי משהו.
GDX.Shlopi1234 said.
הנה. עכשיו תסתכל, יש לך רולים, נכון?
כן.
תביא עליי, אני צריך לראות את ה...
Zach's definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start going with the res, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the reloads, taking his time, and he looks like he's dipping out. He's definitely staying aggressive, but he's going to get the revive off, and now it's a 2-on-1 again. Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now still at over 150 HP, the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it,
and it's not going to happen. And you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head.
תסתכל את מי שהרג אותו, תסתכל, מקסים.
Dropped down to 59 HP, but with that elimination, will bump back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shot.
Very important is checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen, but they're
ELI405 said.
And this is actually where a lot of very talented players with their aim can clean up a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots where you can beam people who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of the slipstreams and just taking advantage of, you know, your incredible accuracy.
A little update too on Sizzlucky.
Clyde said hello. Beeb. BOLP. If you want to invite friends to this server, click the server name in the top left and select Invite People. Beeb. ELI405 said.
Set on up near Lazy Lagoon, and Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse. What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's, if you go on the boat, on the ship, every single one of the masts is like worth 200 wood, so you definitely want to go for those. You can easily get max wood in arena in probably less than 10 seconds. And also there are some metal anchors in town that you can get for about 300 metal, which is, you know, like the most valuable material that you can get. I mean, I'm just 91 players. I mean, have we talked about Storm Surge? I mean,
we haven't yet. I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people left. I mean, how soon is it going to be?
We're going to have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like this is going to be nuts. If you guys don't know what Storm Surge is, basically the team that has done the least amount of damage is going to start taking damage until they get above the damage threshold.
Yes, and it tells the players on their screen.
ELI405 said.
If you're used to playing at home, you probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Flexi right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have talented players who are surrounding you. You got to be constantly worried about getting sniped from the side. All it takes is 2 seconds of being caught off guard, and you can get dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes, you know, 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70+ players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is kind of got to be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of aggression. You're going to see the game pick up just a little bit here. There's Snappy and Red Rush already in the next zone. They're more than happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
ELI405 said.
As well. Yep. I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him, like going to try to save his teammate. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
The rotation are going to be nuts. People are going to get laser.
רקס, תכתוב, אתה יכול לכתוב משהו בניוז.
Teammate did go down. You see Parpy and Volks still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent. And look at the material count for Volks. 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to his teammates' reboot card. So will basically be by himself for the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible to perform alone when your teammate is knocked. And there's the Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold, and they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage. And that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their one-by-ones, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out because players need to get above that or they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to make it.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner. You see Clicks and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
Didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. On the bottom right of your screen, a lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. You're seeing, if you guys can look on the mini-map that we're staring at, every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And this is just going to be double-heavy sniper is in play. Those guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything.
עוד שנייה, הם 5 אייפ
teammates who have double-headed snipers, they can see a team line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely zero time to react. And one thing you guys we were talking about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight, and that's Jay, now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in, Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go, getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations, but again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov
that's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winner of the Pro-Am. Does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive?
No, I think the only time that we saw
Hunter.
circles where they didn't really chunk that much.
אחי, אתה שמת לב שכאילו, כאילו כל הצמחים האלה שעולים על השלט של המפלצת, אז כאילו זה נראה כאילו הזמן עובר יותר ויותר מהר. רגע, נכון כל הצמחים האלה שיש על השלט של המפלצת, נכון? אז תחשוב על שנייה, כאילו אתה יודע, אז כל הצמחים האלה, אז כאילו אין מצב שזה כאילו יצמח כזה מהר. זה בגלל הכדור. כאילו בלוטלק.
Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next to him. So they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Saving the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo, Mitro. They're set up currently in this zone.
As a skin, Mongrel. Wow.
I love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is inventory up on a combat shotgun, so he has no.
ניתן למיטרו את כל ההילים שיש לך, מונגרל, יחמר.
An SMG, tactical assault rifle, scar, anything like that. You know, you've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1x. You know, very difficult. That healing too, though. 5 slurps, 2 slurps, 5 chug splashes.
And they already have a slurp ticking. This is insane.
Super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 100.
Wow, שמיטרו ייזהר.
They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down.
הוא עומד יותר מדי זמן, מישהו אחר יכול לדפוק לו סלאם מכיוון אחר, זה לא טוב.
A lot of players going to use that to rotate on in freely without using.
הוא פשוט עומד במקום יותר מדי זמן.
There's your whole map
הוא לא חושב, אחי.
כן, הוא לא חושב, הביגים שלו לא טובים. אבל הוא יודע שאם זה הזמן קל לחיות אותו, אבל אז יבואו להם מאחורה. ואיזה הוא מונקה.
כן, אחי, יש כאילו אנשים ממש מאחורים.
ואז לכל האנשים יהיה יותר סיכוי לנצח. הנה, הם בגליידרים, תראו עליהם, תנסו לראות עליהם, הם בגליידרים.
הופה, מונגרל בנוק, מונגרל בנוק, מונגרל מת.
מקסים, אתה אומר את זה כזה, יש לי דיליי, סבבה? ומונגרל אוכל סטיקים, וואו. או, מונגרל מת. זהו, למיטרו ירדו הסיכויים. נצח.
כן, לא איפה להחית אותו.
ומיטרו עכשיו צריך לעשות הרבה דמג' בגלל הסטורם סורג'. אוי לא. מיטרו, אתה חייב לתת איזה 200 דמג'. מיטרו, תוריד מישהו לנוק, מיטרו. מיטרו, אתה תאכל 160 לתוך הפרצוף שלך.
One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in.
אחי, הם 60 אנשים, תראה איזה זון, אין מצב. איך הם כאילו, אני לא מבין אחי, איך הם כאילו כל כך הרבה אנשים תוך אזור אחד, אחי, באמת, אני בשוק מזה.
They really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today in the duos competition.
אוי לא, אוי לא, דאבס מת, דאבס מת. פאק, דאבס מת.
He wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to...
וואי, מגה צריך לברוח, מגה, מה אתה עושה? מגה חטף סתום סרט.
His teammate got finished actually, so he's got all the shields in the world. He can get back up to full health. Storm Surge is still ripping him apart. That slurp is barely keeping him alive.
Hitting him for 25 damage every time it winds up ticking. There it is again, dropping on.
Oh my god, they don't think little damage.
Some big damage right there.
הנה, הוא נותן למישהו big damage. זהו, אז סטורם סרג' לא חייב להפסיק לפגוע בו.
Solid job of keeping himself alive right now through the Storm Surge. Fantastic composure, again, one of the young players on this stage looking to try to secure the title of Fortnite World Champion. No more dubs. The duo
still okay,
down.
So now finally above. Finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look at that rotation. Yes, he's alone. Yes, his teammate's down. But he has an incredible kit to not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win out. He dropped the shotgun.
Okay, there you go.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys in the circle just rotate. Massive amounts of distance needs to be covered.
And this Storm Surge is insane. It's still going up.
Finally taken out. 52 players left. And this is where things are about to get serious, guys.
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his
מיטרו דפוק?
לא, איזה חמור.
לא, כאילו, נו. אין פירקסו שם לך בצ'אט.
100% rewards
למה מיטרו דפוק?
accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim.
זה שמיטרו אפיק?
You're gonna get that headshot. You're gonna get 80 points of damage. And there's now the upgraded version.
בסדר, אבל הוא לא אפיק כזה חריף, לא יודע. כי לא ראו את זה כל כך טוב.
catch players off guard, and that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build.
סתם הוא כאילו משך את התשומת לב של האנשים האחרים, אולי צריך להפיק, כאילו לא עלו על מי. הוא סתם מסתכל, אחי, הוא ירה והוא משך את התשומת לב של האנשים האחרים.
ואז ככה הרגו את מונגרל.
כן, אחרי זה ככה הרגו את מונגרל, הם...
הנה, רואים שם את מיטרו למטה, אתם רואים עכשיו הוא בלואו גראונד, מיטרו.
far rotation for the second movement
מקרוד ו...
very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch
רלייטור הם למעלה.
It's going to be nuts. And who's going to try
עכשיו,
to take the high ground?
פאנק הכי למעלה. לפאנק יש לה עקרון פאנק, תבנה. פאנק! כולם זזים מהזון.
אחי, וואו, באמת שקינג תפס את הפוזה הכי טובה בזון.
Does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now.
קינג בלתי נראה, אני מת.
לא אחי, זה לאג, כאילו הוא לא בלתי נראה, זה רק אצלו.
Now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishing.
יאללה בנג'י פישי, יאללה בנג'י פישי. אני רוצה שסאביג' ובנג'י פישי ינצחו. בינתיים גם סאביג' ובנג'י פישי באיגרום סאביג' שם שוק וייב.
אופה, אחי, הוא הרג מישהו באוויר. אחי, מה סאביג' שחקן חזק.
מה סאביג' זה שחקן אחד הטובים? אם לא הכי טוב. וואו, איזה...
וואו, אחי, חטף לייזר לפנים. אחי, מאיפה הוא חטף לייזר? תראה, זה הגראונד, איך הוא יכול לחטוף כזה לייזר, אחי, what the fuck? זה לא הגיוני. מאיפה הוא חטף את הלייזר הזה? ממלאך של אלוהים, אחי, מאיפה?
מישהו מלמטה. קינג הרג מישהו, אבל הרגו גם את קינג.
וואו, אחי, 9 אנשים, 8 דויים בחיים.
Now into our top 8, Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on. Still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming.
Oh no, Benji מת. Benji מת.
גם מיטרו מת.
אומייגאד, כן. וואו, מיטרו הוריד מישהו לנוק. ומיטרו.
זה זייט וסף. כן, מיטרו. עכשיו זה רק אחד
זהו, יאללה, הם השיגו, הם בינתיים ב$3 מיליון, אתה מבין?
כן, עכשיו הם מנצחים, כאילו, הם כאילו מתחלקים,
1,500,000, אחי.
זה באסה, זה פחות זונות. מה?
The veteran players of Zayt and Saf
take
game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no.
Let's go! Wow!
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And I seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant.
Nice. יפה.
And it's only fair that they
אחלה win.
dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through the storm surges.
Thought he was just going to turn and look at Jordan and be like, WK, holding forward the whole time, but they know when to play intelligently and play for height. Let's get into our next group. Again, is qualifiers from NA East and NA West. We have Tetra and Eclipse, Ronaldo and Ziff, Sean and Aiden.
אתה יודע שנינג'ה משחק יומיים אחרי שפורטנייט יצא? נינג'ה משחק בפורטנייט יומיים אחרי שהוא יצא.
Week, and then Ronaldo and Ziff averaging some of the highest placements in the week they played. They popped off at TwitchCon, came out of nowhere where people were like, who are you guys qualifying through in the first run, going to look to make a run at it here today.
And then what more can you say about Sean and Aiden? I mean, this is a duo that we've seen time and time again. A favorite out of NA West that week then they came out of. They clutched up and did amazing things. Both of them took part of our Pro-Am tourney yesterday.
And then Rohit, DW and Blue Team, one of my personal favorite duos. They came together after week 4 saying, hey, we need to do something different. Bro, came onto the scene during the Winter Royale, qualified through the open format, and looks to punish people's mistakes at all points of the game. You talk about hyper-aggressive players early, you can't stop him from going, but the one person who does is Blue T, known for his calm decision-making, kind of turning off all emotions and just making the right decisions. They have a fantastic pair and chemistry.
איזה מגניב זה שעושים פה למון שמונה דאבל פיקקסים.
Leading into the competition. It's going to be just absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. We've got Blue T and Rope DW here, two beyond incredibly mechanically gifted players here. Blue T, you've placed consistently in the top 15 over the last year from the Winter Royale qualifiers, the Secret Skirmish, and top 5 in the Share the Love event. How are the two of you together going to work to secure this #1 spot today?
I'm just going to give this guy a bunch of call-outs. Make sure he's safe and alive, and once we hit late game, he's just gonna slay out.
Slay out away. We can't wait.
It's going to be so incredible to see if they can make that dynamic work on the stage. They have such great teamwork, and they have distinct play styles over the phases of the game, and if they can get rolling, they might be able to challenge towards that top. Now on to our next group, because we're excited to keep the introductions rolling. It's Item and Derox, Oslo and Bad Sniper, 4ZR and No Word, Red Rush and Snappy, and then Yu Wang and KB. Showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they're just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back on match 2. Ninja and Courage, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from Unreal Island outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again, whew, game #1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what? It's Sap and Zayd, but
and Benji, Mr. Savage, man, just incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
Both of our predictions.
Both of our predictions, and they're still up there. Guess what? Imagine when they're healthy. And when they actually get some good rotation items, I'd love to see how they're going to play in the late game, man.
Placement points so key. You did a great job pointing out Mitro at the end. Not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboard. Again, here are your standings from game #1. Dubs and Mega. They wind up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do, and Sean. So hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready, ladies and gentlemen. In this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game #2? Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they are. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game #2 of the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals is underway.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition, but definitely Fortnite for me, is the second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right, once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground, they're going to definitely have hopefully less nerves, going to get back into the flow, back into the farming mentality. And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my screen, I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the north side. You've got 3 llamas in a very small area.
Llamas.
And many players have gotten better at spotting llamas from very, very far away.
I mean, the one thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because usually you're looking for players, who's going to be landing next to you. But if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama.
And there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation. There's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zayt perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home who are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for. Explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation, the double jump, and as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's it's an incredible use of the shadow bombs, and you're probably going to see a lot of players do something like that in the late game off of other people's builds, which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take a look. Side of the map, and this is this. So a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkham's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake. In Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away while continuing to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. Ewang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets
look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Ewang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line of sight
at Snobby, but KBB does go down. It's now Ewang all by himself, and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Ewang knows that, trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
A lot of these players really are kind of hesitant, you know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is the third
point now. They
don't have a lot of shields. They're going to get off the right play. They're going forward. Ewang, no shields. And he's going to get the double! He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Ewang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Ewang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Ooh. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these elims to make up for it.
That was
and he took the knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to get Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm start moving. Have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition.
שמעתי אותה מדברת איתך.
Very few builds. No shields. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera right there. Slacks and Keys, 2 quick eliminations. But you mentioned they can't afford to do that. It takes so much time. They gotta go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted, Clicks and Skeptic in a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use this mini to only get a 10. Looks like he's trying to obviously take small to help his teammate out. No, he's getting taken. With the trap kill, he's gonna get the knock. Unbelievable, incredible place. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are in fights like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Skeptic, just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clicks has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They've made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep. Shotgun picked up. Grenades now as well. They want to go for the second elimination, and
we take the oh my god, we got some trap talk
in real life. Did he just take the L in real life? Homie, this is land. This dude's gonna come over. No, I'm just kidding.
40,
but the sticks come on in.
Sticks coming in, 22 health left. Campfire down. He has.
Oh, and look who's here.
Third party. Hello.
Look who's here. NA puts up the take the L, and EU says no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. and Mongrel, full HP, and they steamroll through.
Mitro במונגל.
Clicks right there.
אחי, מה זה, מונגל פרץ אותו.
Look at that kid. Gold scar, gold combat, heavy shotgun, or I'm sorry, heavy sniper rifle for taking opponents' walls. Look at, they're just stealing and bump rushing, and that's going to be it.
There's no shot right there, Skeptic.
Come on, girl.
You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your screen.
Oh, Aiden
knock one. Hasn't finished elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is though.
Definitely know how. Here, Aiden being the good team that he is. I'm sure he's calling it out right now. And they don't know.
רגע, למה אתה עושה ריפ ללייב?
There's a double shotgun shot from white. Players no shield left. They're going to try to put the pressure on. Sean has health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They could actually trap.
They're going for it. They're saying, you know, you would have thrown the trap down by now. And there it is. And look at the take from Aiden. The jump out to the side, and they'll be rewarded with shields, with materials. And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields.
Yeah.
Aiden's gonna get the full health.
That's incredible, man.
You see the stats so far this game. Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near backup to max health. I know Aiden is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the storm circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one, forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map. And also, guess what? Every single llama was found.
Yep.
All 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now.
A lot of rotation.
Oh my god, I can't even. Freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks like a lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's only 1 airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of funny with this zone, as you see it on the bottom right side of your map, slipstreams are there to basically help everyone get from the southeast, east, and south side of the map easily into this zone. So if you kind of sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream, you might be able to deal a lot of damage. And remember, you might think, oh, well, there's no way you're going to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. For Storm Surge, right, when that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching. But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I guess that's a testament to our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Sizzlucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory. And Ninja,
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, you know, there's a lot of items that get added where, you know, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it. But let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive, you know, reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts. Delightful, just some delightful posts. Yeah. Those of you guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2. You can stack up to 6. They give you 20 health or shield, whatever you're missing.
And they're instant. You throw them down to the ground, and they can be used to heal you and your teammates around you, as well as if you really want to be a troll, your enemies that you've knocked. And you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what Mongrel has right now. And when you come into this, they were already in your top 3. So they're in a position right now, Ninja, where if they have a pop-off performance right here, with only 6 games being played after the first 2, they could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points away from first. Yep. They didn't even win the game. And Mongrel went down early before placement points were even rewarded. So, Sean in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to kick some walls here. And he's out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
And he's out of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The only thing you can do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're actually trying to take walls.
Well, the player tried to drop a trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden does not fall for it. The seasoned veteran trying to cover his back. Players beginning to spray on through. Stink bombs dropping, and there's one a limb. Another shot comes in.
Gets his shield. That's why he went for the thirst. Yep. And grabbed the match. 365 mats now he is, or more than that. He's got to
get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks.
So weak, 2
Look at how weak they are.
And don't they can get both Sean and Aiden. I think that's exactly what they should. They split up. Now he's trying to take them 1 by 1. He's getting pushed by more than one person.
Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster. for the duo. Damage dealt 639. He does go down, though the quick edit comes
making
through.
plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some mini. Picked up some ammunition now for his minigun. But looks like Spades is just way more healthy. And obviously there's 3 other players who are around him as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground. Smart play, but he's out of mats.
Oh, no, he does. He's got wood. He's good. Yeah, we both freaked out.
Going to put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know, when a brick or a metal pyramid.
Big thing to note. Look at the zone. He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about Storm Surge. They're 446 above
as well. Has a shot, and he's going to be taken down. I mean, that's just the worst position to be in any competitive game, is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden, and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most aggressive, it appears. Yes. If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments in Fortnite competitive history was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo, where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago.
Oh my God.
And a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game. The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Sizlucky and Brush, who we saw earlier on in the last game at Fatal Fields, struggle to stay alive. Now in another tough spot, as they're both low on shields and low on health.
Decent rotation items, 2 shadows on the launch pad. Again, I always want to keep stressing that, because if you guys have some launch pads, even 1 shadow can get you into another zone, right? Which is going to hopefully get you those placement points that you need, or even put you in a position to get some eliminations. But yeah, as you said with Aiden, we mentioned earlier, are people going to change how they're going to play, right? Are they going to do anything different here at the World Cup? And guess what? I'm pretty sure we can say that Aiden's squad is not doing anything different. They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down. And unfortunately, there were just too many players who took advantage that they were weak.
And that was the top 5 leading into this game. You see it updated again right there on your screen of where the leaderboard is at the moment. Mitro and Mongrel staying alive,
in a great spot,
holding this pyramid edit. And for people at home who might not know, he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking through his build.
Correct. As you guys are peeking through a pyramid, you hit edit on it, you cannot be seen, right? And you can also see through it. It's a very amazing feature. Fortnite. Battle Royale.
What a Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
Ultimate Battle Royale experience, man. Blue T is in the storm, taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking damage.
Pina șeli mă, ce?
Gonna have to make some plays.
Ce?
There goes Road. He actually just got knocked. 66 players remain. This storm is kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park, but it's once you have a high ground mountain in play, I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play.
אנשים, למה תמיד כשאני שם את האוזניות?
That people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant.
מקסים, קראת לי?
לא, כאילו, אני לא הבנתי איפה אתה. בגלל שאתה לא היית, אז אני, נו. עשיתי פינה שלי עם הצ'אט. מתי שאתה FK, אז זה פינה שלי.
Incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there. 100%. But it's important to know that after the 5th circle closes in, those air vents will stop working. So if you don't have any rotation to get down, glider, redeploy, anything like that, yikes. That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts a launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep.
And go for it.
Yeah,
just risk it all.
Most of these teams will mess that up. Now, we talked about our Game 1 winners, the team that took home the Victory Royale, which is, again, 10 placement points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was Zayt and Saf, and they're currently set on up in this zone for the moment.
Did they just get the zone as well? Are they the yellow team in the minimap? I mean, they're close enough for sure. I can see. I think, no, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave grenades.
Yep. And they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen.
Airwax and Meathog, man. Here we go. They have to rotate the farthest. Look at how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon.
Yeah. Arkram and Falconer have a tough rotation ahead. Slacks and Keys. Watch them fight a little bit earlier on against Landjock and Punisher.
Those heals till his teammate comes in.
Yep.
No, he missed one.
He did miss. No, his teammate's full. Teammate's full. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter. Geez.
Teammate's full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me, so you know, I'm really sensitive on it.
We'll let you and Myth handle that one. As again, it seems like some tension there, but we continue to move on in this fight. This is game 2 of 6, folks. The matches will be going on throughout the day. 62 players left in this one. 35 duos. And you see Arkram and Falconer. It looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together.
Good teamwork.
As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well.
Jack, I have a question for you, man.
Yes.
Once these circles start closing and they're so small, what do you think is the play? To rotate in right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at, the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here at Yuang, 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one because
he has that beautiful blue combat where he clutched it with, man.
Yes, he does, and all the materials you could ever ask for it. Nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're going to find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep.
Oh, they do have a double heavy sniper. And Ninja called it. The man knows. They see one. And
you guys saw the pyramid. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
it just moved over a mountain, man.
It just moved onto the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play. But at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground's still in play, so it's not as bad a position for the low ground players. Here's a look at Mongrel and Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this Storm Surge, so they're good for the moment, and there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half maps from one another, and then they go and collect the others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure that you guys have equal material.
Look at how weak Saf is. Saf just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongrel. Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
The storm is closing in, and that's going to be forcing everyone to get into where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limps possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets. Straight down with Mongrel in the fight. Gets 1 player weak, but does have to back on up.
Didn't get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets chunked as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they get sprayed with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated. And Mongrel also, Airwax just went down as well.
And you see Cease in the elimination feed. Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down. There's
so delicious.
They go for it. Zane Saf, do they do it? Materials. This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Saf
uncontested.
That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Oh, that was making a statement. And we know that was juicy loot.
Yeah, they're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play. Taking out the evil, they didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they're still above this.
Still great rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though, they try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it, another massive rotation going to be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they going to keep it down, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the full launch pad.
אתה צריך למלא את הפרטים שלך.
אוקיי, דקה. רגע, דקה.
שים אותך על מיוט. שים אותי על מיוט.
אריק.
מה?
רגע, לא אריק. כאילו, אבל בשם הראשון אני צריך... כתוב לי פרופיל, אז אני צריך לכתוב את השם שלי שיהיה לי במיינקראפט, לא?
3.
לא. יהיה כתוב לך יוזרניים. איזה?
כתוב לי שם וכתוב עליך להאזין שם פרופיל.
מה, כבר קנית כאילו?
לא, עוד לא קניתי.
לא, אחר כך זה ייתן לך.
אחר כך בינתיים תברך. רגע, אז מה זה השם? איזה שם?
במיינקראפט
כאילו...
שיהיה לך?
לא. הראשון כאילו שאני קונה, אז איזה שם כאילו אני צריך למלא?
צלם לו, תשלח לו.
רגע. איזה שם אני צריך למלות? רגע, הנה כך שיתוף. כאן. אתה רואה?
יש.
אז איזה שם אני צריך למלות? ריק.
רגע, שנייה. אני בודק רגע.
נראה לי שצריך כאילו למלות את השם. שם פרופיל שלך.
שם פרופיל שלך. זה לא משנה. אני רק משלמת, אתה תמלא את הפרט שלך.
כן, נראה לי זה השם שאמור להיות לך במיינקראפט. נראה לי זה השם שאמור להיות לך במיינקראפט. אני לא בטוח. תבדוק, אם זה לא יעבוד...
3 תווים.
לפחות 3.
רגע, אז לא חייב 3 תווים?
לפחות 3 תווים.
אוקיי. רגע, לפחות 3 תווים? 3 תווים זה כאילו המספרים?
They're going to challenge high ground right now. Zayt and Saf looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Archer with an elimination too. 19 duos left as
M גדולה, A קטנה, X קטנה, וזה מספר כזה, נגיד את זה 34.
What are they going to do? Are they going to prioritize rotation in and not taking damage? Or are they going to try to play it a little risky and go for the elims? They're going to be shooting for elims. Definitely open up to a lot of spray. Shotgun shots, AR shots, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So it all depends on how their play style is going to unfold, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game, unlike the last one. Zayt with another elimination right there on a KBB. You got Snappy and Red Rush on the high ground, and Sap
over the play. The high ground
goes to the high ground. Take, will he get it?
He's gonna get it. He has it.
Zayt's got high ground. Zayt has high ground.
Shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Mini pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
Like he's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game. Yeah. Like that's what that focus is. That reminds me. I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and shook it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
Don't even want to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible. Yep. And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes. Yeah. Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. See you guys here next year.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it. They're on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2. Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic in, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comms are kind of hectic because of the noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like we're the longest duo that have played together. So yeah, we're just not
great, fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD.
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro. You know, they've always been known as being so aggressive. Yeah. From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments. While they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see them, just like a lot of other talent here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2 You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, that's why I love that energy. Zach was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we gonna do next? Hey, man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again, right? How are we gonna change, maybe even do better somehow, get more limbs in game 3?
No, for sure, and they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zayt and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Hype, Darox, Item, Borwin and Tux, Snappy and Red Rush all there. While Zayt and Sap do have a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, M11Z, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to 3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Saf and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and
הלו מקסים.
עכשיו אני סיימתי כאילו אמא שלי סיימה למלא קבטים וכאילו אני לוחץ עכשיו את הרכישה וזה כאילו שאני לוחץ שזה הופך לכפתור כזה אפור וזה לא עושה כלום. שחור. מה צריך לעשות?
לא הבנתי. כאילו...
רגע, דקה. אני אסתכל. אחרי שקניתי, שמתי את הדברים וזה, אז קניתי את זה. ומה עכשיו?
לא קנית, אולי זה לא...
אולי זה לא קנה.
רגע.
הנה, אתה רואה? שם הפרופיל שלך יכול להכיל אותיות, מספרים וקווים תחתונים בלבד. אולי זה משהו בעיה. הכפתור אמור להיות לך ירוק. אתה אמור לשנות את השם? נו כן, אז אולי השם לא נכון.
לא, אבל הוא כבר היה ירוק. הנה, נגיד עכשיו בוא נשים קו תחתון.
לא.
גם עכשיו הוא היה ירוק, לפני ששמת קו תחתון.
כן.
נו, ותלחץ. תלחץ על הכפתור.
הנה, לחצתי. אבל זה ייעלם, לא? רגע, אז נגיד כאילו מה השם שלך?
X גדולה, X קטנה. תעשה כמוני. תמחק שנייה. את השם שלך.
רגע. הנה נמחק.
מחקת?
כן, מחקתי.
אז תסתכל, אני שולח לך. רגע, איך אתה רוצה, מקס או מקסים?
מקסים.
שלחתי לך.
שלחת לי?
רק 3.
ככה? ככה כאילו?
כן, בדיוק ככה.
כן, תכתוב ככה. קופי.
השם שלי זה ככה.
הנה. צריך להזין שם פרופיל. בוא נשלוק עוד פעם מחדש.
אולי זה לא אמור להיות השם שלך במיינקראפט, אולי זה אמור לא יודע להיות
מושג.
רגע, שנייה, אני אסתכל.